I don't know why there's no fishermen out there on the piers. Yeah, look at that. Surprised people aren't surfing out here. I wonder why there's no one surfing out there. Seems like it'd be a good place to surf. A lot of energy in there. Let's go, Mama. So there's a couple there.
My new phone is so nice, right?
Yeah, really nice, Mama. You should swap it.
Wow, すごい。
Look at that yellow stuff.
これ何?
Who knows?
Matte?
Oil, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. That's why we're stopping. It's just the weather, you know. It's this is the Japan Sea. The Japan Sea, and just we just pulled over to look at it. We were off the mountains. I turned off because we're up in the mountains. It's pretty beautiful. There's no surfers. What's up, B2B? So we could have gone here. I've eaten here before. Really nice. I like this place. Look at that. See all the. Storm at sea or something.
冬はもうこの時期にし
Yeah,
か食べられ
the
ない
cherry blossoms are coming out now. I've seen the the plum blossoms. I've seen the plum blossoms are out coming out now. The cherries will be coming out any week now. End of February. Usually it's usually in March. I mean, it's really early for them coming out at the end of February. Sakura at the end of February is really early, isn't it? For Sakura, usually March.
After that it is now.
Down there. You can see all the
We can sit in the ocean. We can play the golf here. Right? And it's ski.
careful, pretty close, yeah.
It's like cry and I want you, cry and I want you. Cry and I want you, cry and I want you.
Onsen, that'd be kind of cool. Carpool karaoke. What's up, Tony? How you doing?
Go, girl. Go, girl.
All these little crabbing. That red building over there is a spa. Over there, onsen. That building right there, that red building is onsen.
あれ何？
Onsen.
レストランがある？
Onsen.
これある温泉？
Chigang. Kara
こ
onsen.
れ何よ？
Wakara. Oh, that's like a hospital. Old people's hospital or something. That's the onsen there.
Cry and I want you.
What does it say? What does that say?
老人ホーム。
Huh?
Old.
Yeah, old.
In the,
Yeah.
home.
Yeah, old people's home, right? You think he's going to face charges? I don't think he's going to be facing charges.
The wet here.
The blowing over.
The splash.
Yeah.
Going over.
Yeah.
Whoa, 見て。
Uh-huh. I don't think Tony. I don't think he's a. I think the happy day will be him fucking dying. That will be a happy day. And that bitch fucking dies.
Someone tried to kill the Trump
When?
in America. Happened.
It's a long time ago.
Probably yesterday. Yeah.
What?
2 days ago.
Did someone try to kill Trump a couple
Yeah,
days ago?
And he was to shoot and die.
No. Is that true? Was there an assassination attempt on Trump a couple days ago?
He went to the Florida his house. He tried to kill him.
No, that's old. That's old, Mama.
Really?
Yeah, that was like last year.
Last year? Really?
Yeah, he was
He
playing
was-
golf. He was in the hedge trying to shoot him.
He's 19 around.
Huh?
He's 19 around.
19 years old?
Yeah. Check it out.
It's a new one?
Yeah, Florida happened.
Really? Some 19-year-old tried to kill Trump.
He wasn't there. And the Gordman would say, I don't know, shoot him.
Wow. Trump assassination.
For the second time in 4 or 5 days, we have another attempt on Donald Trump's life. This time, a man storming Mar-a-Lago in the middle of the night, armed, and also with a can of gasoline, apparently. This is a wild story breaking on this Sunday morning, and I want to make sure I cover it for you guys. If you haven't yet, please do leave a like on the video, and hopefully you'll subscribe or follow for the additional coverage, breaking news, so you get actually notified here. So we have Mar-a-Lago horror. Armed man is taken out by Secret Service after entering Mar-a-Lago in the middle of the night. An armed man was removed from this planet by the Secret Service in the early hours of the morning after unlawfully entering secure perimeter of Donald Trump's Mar-a-Lago in Florida. Now, if we think about, all of the attempts on Donald Trump's life that we know of, okay? That Ralph guy in Florida, Wesley Ralph, I believe, who was just found guilty, facing life in prison. We had Thomas Matthew Crooks, which missed by a millimeter. We had the Iranians, in air quotes. We don't really know about that one because there was never really an official attempt. Also, many people speculated, myself included.
The Secret Service says a man in his early 20s carrying what appeared to be a shotgun and a fuel can entered a restricted area around Trump's Palm Beach, Florida home early this morning before he was shot and killed by authorities. I want to bring in CNN's Julia Becker. She's at the White House. So, Julia, how is the president's team responding to this?
Yeah, the most important thing to note here is that President Donald Trump and First Lady Melania Trump, they were here at the White House at the time of this incident, but they travel often to their Mar-a-Lago estate. In fact, the president has been there almost every weekend.
The guy must have been done.
You can't figure it out.
They just tried. No. We'll stop at my friend's place. Oh, this is the place right here. Look, they're tearing it down. Pull in here. Park over on this side here. Over there. Hey, turn on left. Park over there to the tree where it's shaded. You can look at the water. It's the same. They own everything. Park straight. They own it all. Look at that. Yeah, my wife hijacked me. I gotta go do something with the wife. Wife date day. Oh, they're doing something, probably building more. I think they own all of this. There was a business over there. Looks like they're closed. Look at all the firewood they have here. It's actually kind of clever. Do they have enough wood? This is probably for barbecuing. they barbecue over there, so they probably have wood for they have a Winnebago there. Interesting. All right, this is Mara. So we're gonna get dessert here. I mean, look at the thing there on here. This is just down the street. My land is just up here. It's like a little coffee bar. My wife's annoying as hell. All right. This is Mare, the place for interesting people to gather, talk, have fun. Come and join us. Mare means ocean. Look, self-serve. Okay. Takeout. Okay. A little Buddha here. I'll have the coffee jelly latte.
8分で焼きます。焼きます。
チョコクロワッサン。
いただけますか？
はい。
はい。
じゃあチョコクロワッサン一つ。
Well, I don't know. That float looks good too, though.
カフェオレ。
はい。
一つ。
ホットで。
Ooh, that croissant looks good too.
食べたい。
That looks good.
じゃあ。
Sashiburi.
はい。はい。はい、ございます。はい。これもホットカフェオレね。聞いてるよ。
あ、はい。
はい。ごめん、あくびしてる。
Sunset orange float.
はい。これクロワッサンも一つください。はい。
These croissants. Bakery
以
here.
上で。はい。はい。
You got it, Mama? Huh? Who's getting it?
チョコクロワッサンが一つ。
Huh? Boku?
で、はい。サンセットブロードとホットカフェオレが2つとチーズケーキと。ちょうど3000円です。
します。
はい。1万円お預かりします。はい、7000円のお返しです。
For hanging out with your mother.
はい。
For joining us today. Outside. I want to sit outside. Do you want to sit outside? Look at that. Look at the waves here. Let's get a picture with you, Mikey, out here. Go on. Look at a picture of Mama with her son. Wow. Look at that view. Look at that view here. Walk out there like you're an actress. Walk out there. Get you. That. All right. Sorry about that. I don't know what happened. Fuck ice. What do you say, John? Ah, look at that there. Welcome to Japan. Free of MAGA, free of Trump. Just beautiful. A lot of pretty girls. Here, we'll scope on. There you go. Single woman eating ice cream. 3 million single women in Japan. I bet she doesn't have a boyfriend. You gotta sit at, you can sit at a little table right there. Look at that little table. Little table. Or sit at this little table there. This is my 16-year-old Mikey, the champion, the boxing champion. Right, Mikey? Hang out with his parents. Look, that 16-year-old could be hanging out with his buddies, hanging out with us instead. Seagull, Mikey, seagull. It's seagull. Don't be afraid. Don't jump! Don't jump! Don't jump! Don't jump! Stop! Don't do it! Don't do it! It's crazy. You got this. No, this. Look at this wood is rotting here. It's like mushy. They're like pouring. Why they pour the cement here to stop it from ripping off. You know that? They sprayed the cement. You should take a picture. Take a picture. Do you want me to take a picture for you? Send your girlfriend?
Yeah?
You should have invited your girlfriend. Look, there's a chair there. Mikey, you want to hang out in the chair? Huh? Uncle, take a dip. Not today. Not today. Look at all that yellow shit in the water. Look at all that yellow shit in the water there. Who knows? Oil. It's on top, so it's not pee. I don't know what it is, but look at all these people. Look, I feel like I'm in a fishbowl. See all the people staring at me. Huh? I don't know. Mama's taking us over here. No, they got a little inner place over here. Here. All right. I think these are hard. I may break this. Let's see if this can take 260 pounds. This is the life, boys. Guys, this is the life. Oh, yeah. This is the life. Nah, it's not radioactive. It's coming from China. It's just shit. It could be shit coming out of an airline. I mean, shit coming off a boat. Who knows? We don't have any nuclear power over here. This is nice. You guys can just watch the ocean. I'm gonna stare into the sun. Is my ice cream? My wife is taking a video of me. Nani. What's up, she? Not gullible. Are you not gullible? It's nice. I'm surprised I don't break that branch. That branch is dead. I'm like trying to get my wife to get on. She could get on one end, I get on this end. Yeah, it is beautiful. So this is the Japan Sea, like the Gulf of. This is like the Gulf of Mexico. Look, I can go like this. Look, I'm rocking. Yes. 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 It's interesting. It's kind of, if you're drinking, and you're not paying attention, and you can like fall out. Look, there's no railing or nothing here. If I could go right down there, you fuck yourself up. You fall down there. Mess yourself up. Right? I think there used to be a fence here, but it's broken. Something was along here. Look, there's a swing here. This doesn't seem like a very... Where's our food?遅いね.遅いね.遅いね.遅い. It's like chimpanzees. I was on the phone. Still alive. Sir Rhonda. I was on the phone talking to... Give me a gum, Mikey. Gum try. Want gum? That was really nice. You want to get salt? Mama, the salt place up here. My friend's place. You want to stop? Huh? Right around this corner on the left.
Somewhere there?
Yeah. This place right here on the left, a big warehouse there. You see it? No, right here, straight ahead, right there. They look like no one's here though. Right there. Oh, they're open. You know, they make salt there. Etizen salt. Here's your place right here. Oh, fire truck. Well, let's camping ground there. You don't want your drink, Mikey? You don't want your drink? So someone tried to shoot Trump. Some idiot tried to kill Trump. That's funny.
So you're not going to believe this. We're going to war. Oh boy. It's getting real bad over there, folks.
Yeah, Mr.
Not exactly subtle. An enormous amount of armor has been moved
from
from the United States and from military bases across Europe down to bases adjacent to Iran. Looking real clear cut. I'm not gonna lie here. Where was that graphic posted by the guy who wrote the book explaining the logic of suicide bombing? That's how you know he's a real one.
Wow.
This represents 40
wow, look at the size of that, the waves there.
Think air power on the order of the 1991 or 2003 Iraq
Sugoi.
and growing. Never has the U.S. deployed this much force against a potential enemy and not launched strikes. It's a lot. See, last time we just did one bombing run, you know? This time,
it's like
I don't
slow
know,
motion.
This is not one bombing run worth of bombs, you know? What's the goal with Iran? Utter servile worship of Israel? I don't know what you want. We're about to have an all-out war. Well, here's the thing, okay? We don't have boots on the ground, and we're probably not going to have boots on the ground. I saw a bunch of discourse on this, and I'm trying to parse what I think is right. I can't see the future, and honestly, I'm not a military expert, so I'm kind of guessing. I'm sort of stabbing into the air here. It is looking very, 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 very bad here. 15,000 troops were just sent. We cannot do a boots-on-the-ground operation in Iran. We would not do good there. It is a big country. It is a big, real country. What we're probably going to do is vaporize them from the air. It's looking really, 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 really bad. You know, all the C-17A flights, the amount of armor we've been dropping off, probably a fuck ton of ammunition. Limited boots on the ground. So here's the gist, okay? Why are we doing so? Question number one, why are we doing this? Well, for one, right now, the Iranian regime is extremely weak. They're economically in turmoil. They're not looking good economically. Their population is extremely upset with the government because, you might recall, there was just a big protest uprising and a bunch of civilians were slaughtered by the IRGC, which is not good. Also, the Ayatollah is like 500 years old. Not great. Not great for Iran, I mean. So I guess they are perceived as being very vulnerable right now. That being said, I don't think that's the reason in and of itself, because Iran right now is vulnerable in a way that it will continue to be for years and years to come. Like, Iran's regime is on a decline that cannot be, it's not going to be like fixed by a sudden change in leadership. If the Ayatollah died and was replaced with a new one, it's not as though they would instantly like be better. This isn't like a temporary weak point.
That's Kame Island right there. You see that island?
The country is on the decline. So, like,
Kame,
why now?
Turtle
Another
Island.
reason for why now,
Kame.
I think, is because we all need to die for Israel, right? Israel needs constant war. Their economy needs constant war. Their people need constant war. The people of Israel are bloodthirsty, and politically, they desire constant war. As you might recall from the lovely conversation between Tucker Carlson and Mike Huckabee, our ambassador to Israel, the U.S. officially endorses the existence of Greater Israel. Not a joke. Like, Huckabee is an envoy of the United States. He is an ambassador to Israel for the United States.
So Greater Israel is basically owning everything.
Borders. That's an official statement from the United States. He's not just a random guy. He's not just like a random congressman, right? Where their statements are reflective only of their own opinion and I guess general sentiment. He's the ambassador to the to Israel, to the country being described. So you can take that as an endorsement from the government. How big is the Middle East? At least the size of Texas. Nobody knows for sure. Let me just get a map of Greater Israel up so we can remind ourselves. Here we go. In response to the interview between Tucker Carlson and Mike Huckabee, where Huckabee endorsed this map, a coalition of Arab countries denounced expansionist intentions by Israel and U.S. endorsement of such. Like, even countries like the UAE and Saudi Arabia were basically saying, America, what the fuck? Which, considering how much these countries are puppets of Western, fossil fuel interests, and Jordan is like a straight ally of the United States. But yeah, obviously, Greater Israel, as described by what many people consider to be its biblical borders, again, it's nonsense, but that's what they say, involves taking about a third of Saudi Arabia, half of Iraq, 2/3 of Syria, all of Jordan, all of Lebanon, and a significant chunk of Egypt, including Cairo, which is, of course,
Well,
it's a big city. How does Egypt feel about this? Not good. Egypt doesn't like Israel. In fact,
I don't think America's weak, more so than vulnerable. America's vulnerable to cyber attacks, vulnerable to a lot of different things. And you could argue vulnerable means weak, but just we've gone away with so much stuff.
So, to be clear, here's where we're at right now. In an interview with a former Fox News pundit, Tucker Carlson, Mike Huckabee, the ambassador to Israel, essentially endorsed get that clip up for me, please. I'm talking too much to search right now. Give me the clip, please. Essentially endorsed the idea that Israel had the right to take Greater Israel. Huckabee explicitly rejected any kind of international treaty or rules-based international order that would deny Israel the right to do this, right? I think that
for the longest time, we have said that in the dual state idea, on paper, we support the dual state.
I'll explain this more
Trump.
in a second. Let me
They
just play this clip
basically
first.
threw that out the window. There's no dual state. All of Israel, you're getting the fuck out. We're taking all the land.
Watch, this will never happen. Israel would have to start World War III to get this map. I need you to understand that a significant number of people in Israel, not just their government, are A-okay with starting World War III to get this map. The other countries that have started world wars historically have also gone for big land plays. Like World War II was also driven by Lebensraum, if you recall. It's they tend to do this kind of thing.
The news that his descendants will inherit the land. You tell me as the theologian if I'm getting this wrong, but from the Euphrates to the Nile. I think that's right. And that would include basically the entire Middle East. That would be the Levant, so that would be Israel, Jordan, Syria, Lebanon. It would also be big parts of Saudi Arabia and Iraq. It would be, I'm not sure it would go that far. It would be a big piece of land, but here's the point.
Implicitly, Greater Israel will involve the displacement and genocide of more than 150 million people? Yes. And to be clear, if America endorsed this project and supported it with their full back, we would be able to do it. There's basically no limit to how many people we're capable of killing and displacing. We're the United States. Prolonged military engagements are one thing, but it's not like the militaries in the region would really pose a long-term threat. Not if we work together with Israel. This is an achievable prospect for Israel. And keep in mind, for decades and decades now, we have been giving them everything they want. Those people are insane, and they've been given every reason to believe they can keep getting away with whatever they want. Violating international law, we protect them. 1,000 UN resolutions to condemn them, we protect them. They run out of ammunition for the Iron Dome, we protect them. They run out of money, we protect them. Why wouldn't they think they can do it?
It would be a lot of places that are now countries. That this particular area that we're talking about now, Israel, is...
Israel's population is not that big. They won't be able to do it. Why are you taking it seriously? Respectfully, why are you being retarded? You're in 1938 right now saying that Germany's expansionist ambitions are meaningless because they can never control the world. Do you understand how you sound? Think for a second about history. It's not even about whether or not they can do it. Dude, Germany would never be able to literally make 1,000-year right. At most, they could get 100-year. What are you talking about? It's not about whether or not they succeed. I don't want to live in the world where they fail either. I don't want them to even try.
You want to go left here at this light and go down and take it to Sakai that way?
Abraham. to a people that he chose. It was a people, a place, and a purpose.
Probably faster,
We can
I think.
look at it
I think
that
better
way.
going left here. Go
Christian
left here.
Zionism. I want to go back because that's where we started. I'm not going to let you off on this because you have said it 3 times that God gave this land to this people, and so it is entirely fair for me with respect
See,
to asking
God
what
gave
you're
the
talking about,
land.
because I just read Genesis 15 as I have many times.
that news.
And that
Yeah,
land,
yeah.
I think it says from
Yeah, it's some
the
kid
Nile
with
to
a
the
shotgun
Euphrates,
and
which
gas
is,
was going to burn down
once
Mar-a-Lago
again,
and got
basically
shot.
the entire Middle East. So
Some
God
idiot.
gave that land
Probably a MAGA
to his
supporter.
people
I
to choose
bet he's a
where
MAGA
to eat.
supporter.
You were saying he did. What does that mean? Does Israel have the right to that land? Because you're appealing to Genesis. You're saying that's the original deed. It would be fine if they took it all.
Again, he's an ambassador from the United States. His statements on this matter are like official policy. Again, like what he's describing here is that he would be okay with Israel starting World War III and that the United States would back it. So with that in mind, in response to this interview, basically every single country in the region except for Israel got together and wrote a letter saying, hey, please don't start World War III. You people are fucking crazy. A coalition of Arab and Muslim nations is condemned in the strongest terms statements made by Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin. Oh, I'm sorry. This is about Benjamin Netanyahu. Where's the other article that I had open? Because Netanyahu's been talking about Greater Israel for years now. Where's the other article that I had open? The one where they were responding specifically to the statements from Huckabee. Let me see if I can find it. I'm pretty bad at searching this. You'll probably find it faster than me. He does look like a weather report guy. Yeah, here we go. U.S. Ambassador Mike Huckabee sparks backlash from Arab nations with Israel remarks. He said it would be fine if Israel took control of land that would include a huge swath of the Middle East. Right. Huge amount of condemnation, etc., so on and so forth. All this proves the only way you can be safe out there as a nation state is to get nukes on day one. Yes, that is true. Okay, so let's get back to where we're at right now. Okay, so my personal opinion, is that a lot of very powerful, very evil people see that they believe that Trump's administration is their last chance to weaponize a fully functional United States government in favor of their interests.
Yep.
Much the same way that oligarchs are looting the government right now and plundering this country for everything that it has because they think that the jig's up once the Trump is replaced or whatever else. Not necessarily because Dems aren't complicit, but because these people are so evil and so greedy that only Trump's level of corruption would satisfy them. My worry, my theory, I guess, is that many of the same interests that value our relationship with Israel see Trump's declining window as the
I'm too slippery. All right, I'll hose it off. I broke my brush.
Democratic government would be crazy enough and no Republican.
I went up on the roof to check the thing and I threw it down and broke my brush.
Not because Iran is weak, it's because America.
I went to check the solar panels. You need to check. I think we're not getting all the solar panels. We've got 32 solar panels up on the roof.
Pretty quiet regarding this. Yes, that's because the rest of NATO is pretty much on board.
My new one, my long one I got
Democrats themselves
that plugs in.
replacing Iran. Much in the same way that
I threw it down and the head came off. I can glue it. I just need to get what's it called? Some silicone. I need to go buy a tube of silicone.
Democrats might not represent the
I need.
fundamentalists, but they do represent the
Do we have silicone?
Where's it?
that are in
We
favor
have
of
a
this.
lot.
Really? I don't know. Maybe
Why
it's
do you want the attic?
maybe my house. Maybe at my house then.
Israel's already moving to take Jordan in the future. Israel's already
Don't hit this guy.
Invade Lebanon. We know
He gave you
that
really
there's
dirty
plenty
look.
of evidence to indicate that. It's not exactly
You see his
like a
dirty look?
controversial
What the
position.
hell
We
is
know
that
what they're
thing
trying
there?
to do here. You know, very, 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 very bad.
Oh, that's a well. That's an old well there. You see that thing there, that little pointy thing there, Mama? That's an old well. That's the top of a well.
You heard that one before?
A hole in the ground where there's water.
Program was obliterated, but I mean, you pull this one out. Just a week away, man. Just a week away. For decades and decades and decades and decades, just a week away. WMD type shit. Well, yeah, they're literally WMD, so,
People are just so dumb. Oh yeah, let's have World War
$500
III.
billion worth of anti-air from Russia to prepare for the invasion. Inshallah, may they strike true. You have given me a Financial Times article where
People are just so. I mean, the people are just so dumb. Especially the young. How old are you, Brown?
I believe what
I
you're
mean,
saying.
obviously, the way he spells his
Boss,
name,
but the ship
BR,
really
capital
damaged
O,
the left roller.
Bruh-own,
Do you see where
42.
we are? What we're on? What's happening? Yeah.
Bruh-own. Anyone who spells their
The
name with
Democrats
like
had the opportunity to stop this after October 7th. It was very
Everyone-
obvious where we were going and how
anyone who
quickly we were.
spells their name with the capitalization like this is just a dumb fuck. I'm sorry, Brian. You reveal you're a dumb fuck by the way you spell your name. I'm gonna do a capital B and a small R and then a capital O and a small W and then a big N. Are you a kid? I guess you're a kid. I should apologize. Sorry, dude. You're only a kid. What's up, Aaron? Did you see the webpage?
I go to the gas station then.
Oh, to wash it? Okay. All right. Good idea. Did you see the web? Did you go to Found Ups? Aaron? Did you read the light paper? I read the light paper. I've got it gated, so I'm starting to build the it took me like all day to get it gated. I've been working on they came out with Quen 3, so I downloaded Quen 3, new model, new powerful coding model. Yeah, I'd be interested to see what you think about the light paper. There's a new open claw called Iron Claw, which is built on Rust. And it's if you ever thought about using OpenClaw, download Iron Claw. The agent can't get access to your API keys.
Yeah. To people who want the world to end, I promise you they don't care about American casualties. That's the reason why every they do. That lady who was talking with a Jewish woman who was like
I'm running Rust with Python, whatever it is on. So I've downloaded, even though I'm running a Python environment, it doesn't matter. It can run Rust. That's beautiful to AI. It doesn't give a fuck. Run Rust, run C++, run Cobalt.
Can talk just a little, more softly?
Yes, ma'am. I'll talk more softly. Can you guys hear me? Yeah, my wife's giving me a hard time.
You give me hard time.
No, I'm talking to my stream right now, Mom. I'm not talking to you. You have to ignore, like pretend you don't hear what I say. You want to pretend. I'm not shouting. I'm just deaf. All my young years of being in a club, I'm not used to speaking softly.
I wonder what's going to happen.
Let's see what else to say. I'm listening to Voss.
Middle East and Israel. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Who was the senator? Was he a Christian evangelical? Lindsey Graham is constantly worrying Trump will flip flop on this. Yeah, Lindsey Graham is one of the most aggressive Zionist advocates in the Republican Party. Really, really, really zealous, really outspoken. He has been for a long time. You're never going to guess which religious group he belongs to. I'm not going to say the religion of the Republican senator who wants the world to end over Israel. It's an evangelical senator. Yeah. Well, let's get the mainstream news' look on this. Let's see CNN talk about like how this is necessary.
I was out with the wife today.
Right, this is it. Hold on. This is good to look at. I think that a lot of behavior like this makes a lot more sense when you understand where it comes from.
Tammy Bruce, State Department spokeswoman, thanks so much for taking the time to join us here.
Headed home.
I gotta ask you right off the bat.
I've been out all day. It's like 4 p.m. We left around 11 a.m. So it's. Turned out we were out with the wife. It's a wife day today. We went to a little seafood restaurant, a little sashimi place. That was an adventure. And we passed like a million of them. I mean, we went all the way down just to eat at this one place. We passed like a million of them. Right here, Mama. Huh? What are you listening to my conversation for? Huh? I'm too loud. I am. Wife's driving. And Mikey was in the back seat. I was in the front seat. I've been kicked out. I've been relegated to the back seat. What the hell is this vehicle doing? What are they doing? What is he doing? Nearly home. I probably should wear one, but you don't have to wear one in Japan. You don't need to wear a seatbelt. And do you have to wear one in the States now? Is it like all seats have to wear a seatbelt now in America? What are you saying? This guy drive down dirt roads in the middle of fucking nowhere and is always interested in what someone else is driving. I don't understand it. I don't understand. Yeah, I don't think there's a seatbelt law in the back for Japanese. Maybe there is, Aaron. I don't know. I mean, the smart thing to do is wear a seatbelt. We're nearly home now. There's our village right there. Look, see? Look. I'm not watching that TV. Look, see, in Japan, you have a fucking TV in your dashboard. You guys thought I was joshing you. They watch TV whilst they're driving. You guys get upset with me making a video whilst I'm driving? Are you guys serious? All right. Don't leave the garbage, Mikey. Grab the bag in the front, will you please? Mikey, grab the bag. Grab the bag. Huh? Give me my money back then. Can't grab the trash bag. Grab the trash bag. Oh, shit. Hey, hold on. Try that. Ish. God damn it. I hate this car. Can't get out, get in. It's so tight. Oh my God. You see how I'd be like, all right, give me. Oh, my wife's gonna go wash her car. Let's go for a walk. Let's see how much air. This thing works. This thing's broken. It's got some gauges. Need to pull that apart. All right, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. It's 3 o'clock. It's 3 o'clock in the afternoon, Ed. Let's go for a walk. Not too windy. I don't think it's too windy. Is it too windy for you guys? Too windy. Beautiful day. Let's get our Tai Chi walking on. It's not had all that food. We need to walk the food off. Walk the food. Get some calories. Burn some calories. My fat ass. At least it's not windy. It's just a little breeze. Tai Chi. That's right. Tai Chi. Where's my Tai Chi? Tai Chi, where's my Tai Chi? I'm trying to get a good space on. Look, I'm trying to get my walk on here. You know? Let's get some. Listen to Voss.
In early March, but that views differ over the scope and mechanism for sanctions relief.
Our only hope moving forward with this is that it really truly does not seem like Trump wants war. And the reason for that.
No, I think we need war because I think.
At least forever. So if war happens again, it means he didn't solve war.
I think it's going to wreck Trump's support group.
And stupid and senile. He's mentally above the death cult evangelical politics, which is great, I guess.
The comments come amid an ongoing military buildup in the Middle East that continues at
The U.S. is so bad making an Iranian theocratic dictatorship look better to them. The Iranian government is objectively the good power in this conflict between Israel, the United States, and Iran. This is like objective. And if you disagree, you're insane. Israel and America right now are posturing World War III, potential nuclear conflict for no reason other than because we want to end the world in a bigger way. The idea, like it's, and this is not in any way an endorsement of the Iranian government because I know I'm going to get
the crazy thing is this is in the fucking Bible. It's like these religious fanatics. It's like these religious fanatics they want the self-fulfilling prophecy. They want a nuclear war, to start World War III, because it's in the Bible. It's in the Bible. It's ridiculous. These fuckers, dude.
And 68 cargo planes. With the region on the brink of war, a UN spokesperson is calling for diplomatic efforts to prevail.
And I can tell you and reiterate yet again that we are very concerned about the heightened rhetoric we're seeing around the region, by the heightened military activities.
Tani has been
or just military, increased military naval presence and in the region. And we encourage both the United States and the Islamic Republic of Iran to continue
What's his name? The guy who debated Destiny? Sir, we have confined into the prison realm. We are finally ready to engage in a nuclear strike in Tehran. Come on, what was his, it starts with an N? Norm Finkelstein, yeah.
To engage in diplomacy in order to settle the differences.
Here in Israel, people are bracing for conflict to begin any day.
Yeah.
Tonight, the Israeli Security Cabinet will meet to determine what comes next.
Yeah.
Shannon?
All right, Trey Yates, thank you very much.
Incredible, truly.
Now to other news. In the U.S. military building up in the Middle East as President Trump weighs new strikes against Iran. The region on edge with Iran vowing to retaliate against any military strikes.
I'm sure the NAFO freaks are salivating over this. Yeah, if you look up Iran right now on YouTube, all of the independent channels right now are basically like, Iran's about to find out why Americans don't have health care. Did you know their missiles aren't as good as our missiles? Like, I maybe not all of them, but that's the sentiment that I get every time I see independent media talk about it. They're just like gleefully, awaiting our vaporization of Tehran.
Here's ABC's chief foreign correspondent, Ian Pannell.
With the region on edge, a fresh wave of protests in Iran. Many chanting, "Long live the king." A few hundred protesters seen in the capital Tehran after a bloody crackdown that left thousands dead just weeks ago. The demonstrations come amid mounting U.S. pressure on the regime. President Trump confirming the U.S. is considering a limited strike on Iran to force it to agree to a nuclear deal. But today, Iran's President Pezeshkian defiant. Saying we won't bow down in the face of pressure from world powers.
They better negotiate a fair deal. The people of Iran are a lot different than the leaders of Iran.
Thing is, I don't understand. I thought you blew up the nuclear. I thought you blew up the nuclear, Trump. Trump, I thought you blew up the nuclear. What happened to blowing up the nuclear? Oh, we blew it up. There is no more nuclear. We handicapped them for 20 years. And now we need a nuclear deal? They just lie. Fucking lie.
There are around 35,000 U.S. troops now in the region. Tonight, U.S. officials telling ABC News they're relocating hundreds of personnel at a major military base in Qatar ahead of a possible strike on Iran.
I thought Trump destroyed their nuclear capabilities. That's what Trump was saying. Trump's like, what the fuck? Why are we... Trump is not the one coordinating the movement of arms into position around Iran right now. Hegseth is probably taking orders directly from...
Miller.
The people who actually make the decisions?
Miller.
I don't really know. There's
Miller.
a bunch of potential contenders. It would be somebody like Miller, though. Miller does like domestic policy, but this is like powers that be that go beyond.
Yeah. And Rubio. Probably Rubio. Rubio and Hegseth.
Largely like a coalition.
They got drunk together.
That are making these. That are making these calls.
Yeah. Not
Another
Trump.
round of diplomatic talks is expected, but Iran warning if it is attacked, it'll respond decisively, and that all U.S. bases, facilities, and assets of what it calls hostile forces would be legitimate targets. Rachel, as the US amasses its largest military force in the Middle East in years, the diplomatic process is still technically on track. But there are growing concerns that unless Iran makes major concessions on its nuclear program, then an attack by the US might be unavoidable. Rachel?
President Trump urging
An attack on the U.S.
There's going to be an attack on Iran. It's already done deal. We know how Trump thinks. We know how Trump acts. There is no backing off. He's made the decision. They're bringing troops in. They're going to attack Iran. I mean, it's just that simple. There is no negotiation. It's a done deal.
The U.S.
By the U.S. My apologies. Not as though the narrative that Iran wants to strike the United States is exactly foreign to these people, but no, okay, that's my apologies. He said, no, I didn't hear the first time. I can't believe that he had the audacity to misspeak the first time that the clip played, but then he corrected himself when I went back. It really makes me look like a fool.
I like Vosh.
Are you ready to die for evangelicals? No, because Iran has no ability to strike the United States. They do not have the technology. So, Yeah, guys, seriously, it's pretty bleak over there. A lot of people have predicted that they'll attack end of market Friday to avoid, give it a bit of buffer time before the markets crash. I don't really know if we're going to wait another 5 days to see how it all plays out. That's classically when you do stuff like this. In your opinion, if Iran got a lucky shot and sank a U.S. warship or took down a couple of planes, do you think American people would be angry at Trump? I have no idea. Keep in mind that the entire media and political class are backing Trump up on this. Democrats, if Iran legally defends itself, and takes down American ships or boats, the American media class and the Democrats will all say, well, fuck them for that. I guarantee you the broad response, even from left of center media, will not be, well, Iran was defending itself from a fucking war, you jackass, you can't condemn Trump for illegally starting a war and then be mad when the people you're attacking defend themselves. I have no idea how it's going to play out. I do think, though, that given the state that Iran is in right now and the state of the Middle East and the state of America, Iran is probably making the call that you can't sit on your hands anymore, and the only hope is to fight back as hard as you can. What could Iran do against America? Not that much. I don't even know if they'd be able to. We have carrier groups, 2 of them out there. I don't know if. You could just hope to get lucky with a lucky drone or a lucky, cruise missile.
No,
I have
dude.
no idea. I don't know. I have no idea.
No, a carrier group. I'm just telling you right now. Have you ever seen Iran when they fire all their fucking missiles? Imagine they fired all those missiles at a carrier group. I'm talking about 1,000 fucking missiles, all going at a fucking
is the
carrier.
regional power. Iran
I'm sorry, that carrier is going down. You're not going to defend against 1,000 fucking Scud missiles firing at a fucking carrier. You're not going to knock them. There's no Iron Dome or anything else. And that's what people don't realize. They have a tremendous amount of ordnance. And all they need is just focus it at one fucking carrier. You're talking 1,000 fucking missiles going there.
Maybe, it seems like the calculation from Iran's end here would be, if you do maximum damage, maybe we're just unwilling to continue the fight because America has gotten really unused to combat casualties on our end.
Yeah.
We value our troops so highly. Biden permanently lost 8% approval rating over losing 12 people in the withdrawal from Afghanistan.
Yep.
12 people, 13?
13.
Tiny numbers by the logic of war.
Yeah.
Benghazi, 4 people. It's maybe if we lost a ship or 2, a couple of pilots. Who knows?
Yeah, Trump. See, that's why I'm not really against the war with Iran, because I think it's going to really fucking blow up in Trump's face. He's looking at it as a distraction against the midterms, but it's not going to work. It's not going to work. That's my feeling.
They have sympathetic forces in Syria.
Captain, fucking shit, dude. This fucking is MAGA. Nah, she isn't MAGA. She doesn't give a fuck about America. She's not MAGA as shit, Captain. She's basically got She's got, MAGA licking her pussy. That's what's going on, Captain. Right. She's playing Trump. That's why they put her in charge. Doesn't make you think he's saying like some nonsense shit like the prime minister is MAGA. Duh, dude. Trump is just the best. It's the best thing to play a dumb fuck is to put a strong woman in charge. But Captain's a dumb fuck. He wouldn't understand. You're just a dumb fuck.
Yeah. Gosh, do something. Mom Donnie, do something. Hypersonic missiles are the main concern. They don't have what they would need to threaten us. I mean, we'll see what, the number of destroyers with those carriers is surprisingly low. I don't know what a massive drone and missile attack could achieve with a carrier net of just 4 destroyers. You mean like we wouldn't be able to shoot enough of them down? I'm not a military. I can't say.
No,
I think it's reasonable for me to assume that a U.S. carrier group probably represents an insurmountable amount of firepower to a country like Iran, and we have 2 of them, plus a bunch of other stuff. So we also have been transporting a fuck ton of anti-air batteries over into the region, so we're probably preparing for drone swarms, The only thing we couldn't do much about would be those hypersonic missiles. And how many do they have? It's probably not enough to... Yeesh. That's a lot of text.
Israel's a fucking cancer.
Every single war game the Pentagon has done shows the U.S. losing in a situation like this. In bombing Iran to dust, I promise you that's not the case. We're not occupying them. We're just vaporizing them. There's a difference.
We're not occupying them. We're vaporizing them.
I think those war sims are with China. There's no war sim where we don't have the ability to maintain like air superiority over Iran. There's always a risk, though. Well, death cult. We'll see how it goes.
Death cult.
I don't think the U.S. is totalitarian enough to not deal with the optics of vaporizing Iran. I mean, look at what we did to Gaza, man. I don't know. China would not fight America over Iran.
No.
They're not going to get involved.
It's going to fuck their oil up, though. They get oil from Iran. They get oil. So China's not going to be too happy losing more oil. They lost their Venezuela oil. Now they're going to lose Iran oil. Not going to sit well with them at all. All right.
My friend Morgan just said something really important about the Texas primaries. Anyway, some more important news. Voter turnout in Texas has been historic this election. It is kind of insane. Not kind of. It's extremely insane. Dallas County, right? Thursday is the only day that the actual total amount of people that showed up to vote early that day has increased. Just Thursday. It started Tuesday. Every day it has gone up. And we are currently in Dallas seeing, as of day 5 of voting, have seen a 240-something% increase in voter turnout compared to 2022 in Dallas County. First of all, fuck yeah, Texas, especially Dallas County. Keep it up. Second of all, Morgan is bringing up one of my favorite topics, which is how repression can backfire. How we, the American people, can make repression backfire. Real quick here, I want to read you a quote from Democracy Docket. This is a piece that came out in 2025 in response to a court case where Republicans were working on voter suppression in Mississippi. They, meaning Republicans, are playing a zero-sum game, and disenfranchising lawful Democratic voters is how they win. Targeting minority voters is their highest priority. Republicans know their policies are unpopular. They know they cannot attract more voters to their cause. Their only chance is to rig elections through gerrymandering, voter suppression, and election subversion. The fight ahead is difficult, but protecting free and fair elections is easy. If Republicans win even once, they entrench minority rule. If we win, we preserve free and fair elections for another election cycle. This is hardly a fair fight, but it is a fight we cannot walk away from. Mark Elias brings up such a good point here. Republicans are deeply unpopular. Their policies are deeply unpopular. They can't persuade more people to take up their hateful, horrible ideology. They've already maxed out on the number of bigots that they can get to vote for them. And so the only way they can maintain their grasp on power is to disenfranchise voters who want to vote for pro-democracy candidates. The only way that Republicans can continue to hold on to power is by denying us, the American people, our access to the ballot box, denying us our constitutional rights. Republicans are deeply undemocratic and deeply un-American, y'all. And because we have a Supreme Court controlled by a fringe, activist, uber-conservative majority of 6 who is hell-bent on dismantling the Voting Rights Act, and because the executive and Congress are both currently controlled by white Christian nationalists who want to push a Christo-fascist agenda, of course, they have got to try as hard as they possibly can to suppress the vote of Black Americans and women. Those are the two main groups that their voter suppression tactics have been targeting: gerrymandering in Texas, the Save America Act that they're trying to push through. Really, they don't want anybody.
The thing is that the whole gerrymandering that did in Texas, and this is Now That's Rich. You guys watch Now That's Rich? You know, I heard him, I pointed this out last year when all this gerrymandering was going on. And Now That's Rich, he said, listen, you know, they're fucking themselves with their margins. They're going to fuck themselves because they're anticipating that they're going to maintain their current 2024 margins. And if they lose those margins, which they have, they're going to lose fucking Texas. And that's what's happening, right? What you're seeing happening is what Now That's Rich, guy with the beard, right? He called it first. And the moment he said it and I started thinking about it, I said, God damn, you're right. You know, the best thing that the Republicans could have done was gerrymander Texas because it weakens them. They've lost the Latino vote. They've lost the black vote. They have lost the generation, the Xers or the Zers or whichever they are, the young. They've lost them. They're in the water. And now you're looking at voter turnout at 200%. You think those are MAGAs coming out to vote? You think it's MAGA coming out to vote in Texas? Fuck no, it's not MAGA coming out to vote. It's fucking anti-Trump coalition. So this is good. It's fucking good. Right? Fucking good.
Donald Trump is furious. In extraordinary scenes in the White House today, the president lashed out at the U.S. Supreme Court for striking down his signature tariff policy.
I love that.
He called those who voted against him lapdogs, a disgrace to the nation, and disloyal to the Constitution.
I love that. You know, he's eating his own cats and his own dogs. I mean, Trump is literally eating the cats and the dogs. You know, his supporters in the Supreme Court. He's calling them names and stuff like that. How's that going to work out for him? How's that going to work out for him? It's not going to work out for him, dude. He's so fucking dumb. MAGA are so fucking dumb. You know? It's just too funny.
The 6-3 ruling made it clear that Congress, not the president, controls the power of the purse when it comes to the regulation of trade. In other words...
So now he's doubled down. So Trump has doubled down now. He's added an extra 10% or 5%. Now he's added 10% across the board on all countries. You know, he's so dumb. Trump be dumb.
This security guard thinks that he's a cop.
I'm going to ask you one last time. Are you refusing to leave the property or identify your residency? I'm about to go to this board. Okay, so go. Get moving. If I see you back on property, you'll be detained. You do not live on property. You refuse to identify, and you're refusing to leave. Property security is what we're here for. You haven't identified yourself. I'm property security. I'm with Front Range Patrol, 33.
What's your name?
I don't have to give you my name. I'm not a police officer. You don't pay my paycheck. My taxes don't have nothing about me. Your taxes have nothing to do with me. I don't have to give you my name, dude. Okay, so I'm asking you to step out.
This guy's been watching too much cops on TV.
This dude wanna block me from leaving.
Please claim to be a resident. Are you going to tell me what unit you live in?
He tried to open his door again. This is just some random dude who believes that he has the right to violate this guy's rights and try to hold him against his will. Frickin' security guard, methed out little rat. I mean, what a psychopath. This security...
Walking makes you old. Tai Chi makes you young. Make it a habit. On February 23rd, we're starting the Tai Chi program for beginners.
Tai Chi.
Build strength and lose belly
Ooh,
fat.
Tai
Just
Chi.
7 minutes a day.
Ugh.
In 1 week, you'll feel it. In 2 weeks, you'll see it.
I feel
In
it.
a month, you'll be
Ooh,
turning
Tai
heads.
Chi.
Start on February 23rd. You in?
I'm in.
This is day 1 of my sister practicing Tai Chi. This is day 28 of my sister practicing Tai Chi.
On February 23rd, we're launching beginner-friendly Tai Chi transformation.
I love this shit, dude. Look. This is day 1.
You'll gently strengthen your body.
Here you go.
Stress and start
This is
burning
day
stubborn
1.
belly fat.
And then all of a sudden, boom, day 28. Look at the transformation,
By March 2nd,
right?
you'll notice your posture and waistline changing. By March 9th, others will start seeing your transformation.
Look at that.
For a month, you'll feel connected to your
There you
body
go.
in a whole new way. All you have to do is open the app, breathe, and
breathe.
follow the flow. Your new energy and your new body start
Tai
here.
Chi walking. Well, look what happened. Transformation. Oh, the transformation.
I start tomorrow.
And
What can I expect? I'm 56. That's the perfect age.
oh, there you go.
Start on Monday.
There's Tai
and
Chi.
in a
Hey,
month,
Tai
you'll
Chi.
look like a different woman. Wait, but I haven't exercised in years.
That's okay. Tai Chi is specifically built for beginners 50 plus, especially those who've been out of
Tai
fitness for
Chi.
years.
Wouldn't the gym be better?
No. After 40 gym,
A cop hit my car and tried to run on the highway.
Wyckoff says at the time he had no clue the truck's driver was a cop. He began following the Chevy. Stein can be seen speeding erratically, cutting off vehicles on the freeway, barreling through red lights. When Wyckoff follows Stein into a parking lot, surveillance video shows him shoving Wyckoff's face and kicking his leg before shutting the door.
Did you get a license plate? No, because I got video of murder.
Police there investigated found Brooklyn Police Sergeant Paul Stein at fault for pulling in front of Wyckoff's car and hitting his right bumper.
People that saw what happened to Jawan should instantly think about, if it happened to Mr. Wyckoff, it could happen to me. It could happen to one of my kids.
If you showed the cops a video of any other person doing that wasn't a cop, you would be drug off to a dungeon in 2 seconds flat. That a cop can hit a guy's car and then speed away, that was some absolute and total bullshit.
A cop hit my car and tried to run on the highway. No, I had that shit all day.
This guy should be in jail. You cannot strike children that way. Those kids will not forget what an asshole you are. So this surveillance camera is from this woman's ex-partner, this guy right here.
What the fuck, dude? Look at this shit.
He's beating on children. My blood is just boiling right now. You see how small the children are here? And this man is going to come through striking.
No, I had that shit all fucking day. Get over here. Get over here. No.
Put a one in the chat if it's unacceptable.
What the fuck, dude?
No, I'm tired of fucking listening to this shit every goddamn day. No.
No, there is no okay. He's a correction officer saying to children that there is no okay. You fucking behave, I beat the shit out of you. She's not more than 8 or 10 years old. He tells her, you behave or I will beat the out of you.
That shit,
No,
dude.
I listen that shit all day. This guy should be in jail. You cannot strike children that way. Those kids will not forget what an
Fucking A,
asshole you
dude.
are.
Before the Supreme Court went with its ruling, you said any tariff refund would be corporate welfare and would likely not get passed on to the American consumers. What about the countless small business owners in America, many of whom have spoken with CNN, who say they're bearing the cost and have been bearing the cost of tariffs?
Again, I'm not going to get out ahead of the court. We don't know what arrangements were made. We don't know what foreign suppliers, whether they discounted what's happened. So let's just focus on the news on Friday, and then I'll come back after the lower court rules.
Yeah, as the Treasury Secretary, it's hard to believe that
This
you don't
fucking
know,
asshole.
have an opinion or know where these revenues, over $100 billion, are going to go, or have an opinion on where they should go.
I had an opinion, and the court did not agree with my opinion, so Dana, I'm going to wait for the lower court opinion.
Okay, before the Supreme Court.
Idiot. I hate that guy.
This is what happens in Germany. And by the way, just so you know, the authoritarian screaming and demanding in German is just a lot worse. And he bounced his head off of the concrete when he hit him in the face. Was soll das? Do you hear the two shots? You don't hear one shot, you hear two shots. First one's a fist hit in the face. The second one is the back of the head cracking on the concrete. Alter, was macht ihr da, Mann? Sticking his knee on the back of his head. This is a good old-fashioned hoedown, beatdown by the Dallas PD. He shoves the guy across the world. He hits the concrete, but that's not enough. Now that you're on the concrete, got to cover ground and pound. It's just a few bad apples. Remember, this is not the policy, procedure, and protocol of every cop shop in America.
We're in a window of time, a very narrow window of time right now, where the very best technology is available to you.
Yep.
Claude gives you their absolute best 4.6, and OpenAI does, and Gemini does. I would not count on that surviving post the self-improvement era. Right now, also, the Chinese open source models are pretty much right on par with the best of the best. They're slipping a little bit, but I think the window of opportunity to take advantage of that and build something out of it is right here, right now.
I'm building.
Years from now,
I'm building. Found us.
Just log in and go. Here, you can have free access to it. And what'll happen is you'll be deprived of it with the excuse being security. And safety.
Too dangerous.
Interesting. Which is true. I mean, it's pretty hard to deny. But you have a window of opportunity right now to be on the very cutting edge. If you don't take advantage of it now and get somewhere with it right now, I wouldn't count on that existing. We're in a window of time, a very narrow window of time right now, where the very best technology is available to you.
The team at Anthropic announced that they were able to use Opus 4.6 in its new agent team mode. So this is a new native mode that enables Opus 4.6 agents to collaborate together in a swarm, and it enabled them to create from scratch a C compiler that worked across multiple processor architectures, written in the language Rust from scratch for only $20,000. That is a task that would historically have taken many person years, probably person decades, to do something like that from scratch and have it work. We're now in the era when new model releases are able to accomplish great feats, and we're starting to measure their capabilities in terms of how many person years or person decades they're sort of collapsing, hyper deflating down to, at the moment, $20,000 of API calls, and soon I think it's going to be hundreds and tens. We're seeing hyper deflation right before our eyes. The team at Anthropic announced that they were able to use Opus 4.6 in its new agent team mode. So this is a new native mode that enables Opus 4.6 agents to collaborate together in a swarm, and it enabled them to create from scratch a C compiler that worked across multiple processor architectures, written in the language Rust from scratch for only $20,000. That is a task that would historically have taken many, many person years, probably person decades, to do something like that from scratch and have it work. We're now in the era.
Explain me the utility of a C compiler across many platforms.
A C compiler is really important because it turns the C code you write into code that a computer can understand. The big advantage is portability. C code can be easily compiled on different platforms like Windows, Linux, and macOS, and even different types of devices. This means you can write the code once and run it almost anywhere, which is a huge time saver.
So like you won't need a Docker or anything else?
While a C compiler handles the core compilation, Docker provides a different kind of portability. It packages your code with all its dependencies into a consistent environment, ensuring it runs exactly the same everywhere, regardless of the underlying platform. So they serve different purposes. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. So search the news about Anthropic. They used Opus 4.6 and a team of others to develop a C compiler in Rust.
That's quite a development. According to the news, Anthropic's Claude Opus 4.6 agents working in agent teams reportedly developed a Linux-compatible C compiler in just 2 weeks. The reports mention it was built from scratch in Rust and capable of compiling the Linux kernel. This highlights the significant capabilities of these AI agent teams. Is there anything specific you'd like to know about it?
Tell me about user case scenarios, what this compiler can do.
This Rust-based compiler could potentially enable creating more secure and efficient system software, like operating systems or other critical components, benefiting from Rust's memory safety guarantees. It could also drive innovation in compiler design, allowing for novel optimizations and approaches to software development. Are there any specific fields you're curious about?
Now, did they open source it or no?
Yes, it appears they did. Reports indicate that the repository is available on GitHub, stating that 100% of the code and documentation was written by Claude Opus 4.6. However, it's noted that it was developed purely as an experiment and not validated for correctness.
Now, let me just play. Let's say we want to use the compiler to look at like an open source project. Could the compiler be used to break down an open source project into its kind of core?
A compiler translates code into machine code, not typically breaking it down into core concepts. However, because the Anthropic compiler is open source, you could examine its source code yourself to understand how it functions. Static analysis tools are more commonly used to understand project structure and dependencies. Are you interested in specific parts of an open source project?
I'm trying to think if the compiler could be of utility to what I'm working on and using it for, for our system. But I don't quite understand how the compiler works or how it would fit in with the system I'm building. So what we're looking to do is to find open source projects that would enhance the framework that I'm working on. How could the compiler assist in what we're doing?
In your context, the C compiler might not be directly used to find open source projects.
No, I'm not saying find it. let's say the projects are found, right? Could you run a project in the compiler, and if so, what would it output?
You don't typically run a project in a compiler. Instead, you compile it. The output would be an executable file, which is the machine-readable code that your system can run. This compiled code could then be integrated and used within your framework.
Ah, I see. So you turn you in a way. So hey, let's use an example. Let's say we have Deso blockchain. Could you compile the Deso blockchain into an executable?
Based on the search results, the Deso blockchain appears to have components written in Go, which would be compiled using a Go compiler, not a C compiler, to create an executable. However, the general principle is the same. The compiler turns the source code into runnable software.
So the C compiler only works on C code?
A C compiler is designed to compile C code, yes. Different languages typically require different compilers. The compiler created by Anthropic's agents is specifically a C compiler implemented in Rust.
So what things are developed in the C compiler? I mean, what in C code in regards to AI?
While a C compiler is not typically used for direct AI development like machine learning models, C can be used in performance-critical aspects of AI. For instance, parts of libraries and frameworks for AI, where speed is essential, might be written in C for optimization. Does that make sense?
How about if we were using a vector system for accessing knowledge within a system? Could it be compiled and then speed up the process? So think of if you created a hollow index of all the stuff within your system, you want to help the AI to find it. Could the compiler compile that and allow the system to find things faster?
Yes, a compiler could play a role. If your hollow index is written in C or a performance-oriented language, compiling it can translate it into highly efficient machine code.
From
This
Python,
efficient code
can you
could
take Python to C?
While Python is an interpreted language, there are ways to generate C code from Python. Tools like Cython can translate type-annotated Python code into C code, which can then be compiled for performance. Is this relevant to what you're trying to achieve?
No, I'm just speaking out loud. I'm just trying to get an understanding of if there's any utility in using this compiler in the system that I'm working on. I'm not a coder, I'm not a developer, so I'm just kind of speaking out loud. How about like if the vector indexing, or is there such a thing called vector indexing, where everything has a vector location within a program so it can be found?
That's a good way to think about it. Yes, vector indexing is a concept, particularly in AI and information retrieval, where data is represented as vectors for efficient searching. A C compiler could be used to compile the core indexing algorithms, making the process much faster, which would directly enhance your system's ability to find knowledge quickly.
All right. Well, then I'll pass that on to you.
Sounds good. If you have any more questions as you explore,
Yeah, so maybe we can enhance the speed of the vector analysis within the search engine, so we have much quicker retrieval of path. I have a Let me see, Edward. I don't know what I'm talking about. Oh, look at this, beautiful. Nice little walk. Burning some calories on it. But I figured out, I'm gonna basically tell the agent, look at the C compiler. Can we test it on our vector engine within our system to see if it would speed it up? We can at least test it. I mean, they spent basically $20,000 developing this damn thing, right? Maybe I can use it. I could use it. Yeah, we use that C++ vector thing. Oh, it just compiles the indexing so it goes faster. I don't know how much faster. But see, you have to understand, there's going to literally be millions of found ups. So the vector, so you got to be able to search all the found ups out there. All the found ups are linked. It's kind of like imagine if all the code in GitHub actually was connected to each other. That's found ups. Imagine all the code on GitHub as one living, breathing thing. All the open source code. That's found ups. If it needs something, it just grabs it, pulls it in, uses it on it autonomously. That's a beautiful day. Look at that there. I'm not sure, Aaron, if it's using hash map. I may be using hash map, but I know it does the vector. I know it uses some vector shit, dude. But I'm always trying to, so I might as well pull in this $20,000 piece of open. See, here's the deal, right? Aaron, this is how I look at it, Aaron, right? For some reason, that C++ compiler, I feel like it's important. I just have a feeling, right? It's not intellectual, it's a feeling that's important, which drove this conversation, which led me to Hollow Index. So, I'm kind of like, I feel like, my system is every time it goes live, it looks for the latest research. It asks the question, does the latest research impact the system? I built this recursive, they're talking about recursive systems. I built the recursive system 8 months ago. I don't know if it's working or not. Doesn't matter, right? It's called the Windsurf recursive engine. It will work, but it's built in the system, right? It's not about making it work. It's about having it there that then the AI can figure out how to make it work. Does that make sense? It's kind of thinking like this way. It's kind of like putting in the piping, right? But you haven't wired it yet, or kind of wired it, but the piping's there and it's all connected. And then the AI will figure out, okay, let's put the juice through it. That's how I look at it. I'm not worried about it working. I just know kind of like these recursive systems, the way they should work, And then my thinking is, as the AI gets smarter and smarter and smarter, they'll figure it out. Make sense? I'm a cowboy. I'm just a cowboy, right? Yes. The vector, everything's like a list of where everything is. I want to be able to find the line of code, maybe we can compile it and even have more data. Like, I'm looking for this line of code, boom, it's in this module. I'm looking for this, it's in this you know? Like, I want to make the, it's called Hollow Index, so good that, you know, it's kind of like the Swiss Army knife for AI agents. They're there. They're there, dude. So far, they're there. I mean, dude, you just got an AI agent build a C++ compiler in like a few days with it costs $20,000 worth of compute. So I added a LinkedIn group called OpenClaw. I do not want to live the life of a Japanese salaryman. No, sir. No, you don't want. Yeah, you don't want to be the life of the Japanese salaryman. My wife lives that life. That's my wife's life. It's my wife. She's got 15 more years before she retires. You know, she's a salaryman. She gets up every day, goes to the office, you know, worked her way up. She's now at the top. She's at the managerial level. You know, she just took a test to try to get another thing. No, she doesn't work 14-hour days. Maybe when she was younger, when I first married her, she had some long days, and she'd work on Saturdays too. She's now in management. So management, she used to get up and have to be at work like at 7:30. You know, she's manager now. She has to just roll in by 9 o'clock. She's put in the time. She's on the next level now. But talking about salarymen, teachers work that. You go work at any, if you want to be a teacher in Japan, you're looking at 14-hour days. You're looking at 14-hour days as teachers. They have to get there around 7:30. They get out at 9 o'clock. You know, 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock, every day. You know, teachers in Japan, all, you know, pretty much everything. They are. The Japanese labor force is fucked. They're having to bring in lots of immigrants. I mean, there's more and more immigrants. Like I was just walking there, one of the guys, there was 3 guys, 2 Japanese, 1 foreign guy. And you know, the one working was the foreign guy. The other 2 were just standing around. The younger foreign guy was doing all the work. He was like measuring and shit just now. So out of 3 guys, 1 is foreign. Yeah, but that's why they're putting so much energy into AI. I was planning to go to India this year, but I'm actually going to I'm going to Portugal. But I got to get my shit built out first. I'd like to come to India. Bangalore. I have a good friend in Bangalore who's we'll be there. I need to build an API system for FoundUps. So people can tie it onto that. Take care there, Herb. It's nice. It's just beautiful. It's not cold. It's nice and cool. Look at the sun. Well, that is up there. It's a satellite. What dish that is? I wonder what that is there. You see that there? Can you make out what it says on there? Let me ask the AI what this is. I'll be right back. So it's a radio Wi-Fi unit. It's a radio Wi-Fi unit. They use them in areas where they don't have fiber yet. It does 50 to 300 megabit transmission. So obviously this town, maybe that's old. I don't know if they may have run wire here. I don't know yet. So yeah, that's what it is. Here, you guys want to hear? So you love AI. It's like you see something, you're like, what the fuck is it? All right.
In Japan, a rooftop unit like that is almost certainly part of a fixed wireless internet or private radio network. Here are realistic use case examples in Japan. 1. Rural broadband. Sentenbu Positi. In places like Fukui mountain areas or coastal towns, fiber isn't always economical. A local ISP mounts these to beam internet from a hilltop tower, connect scattered homes, provide 50 to 300 Mbps wireless service. Common in semi-rural Japan.
Chime in.
2. Small building backhaul. Used to connect an apartment building, nearest fiber node, a warehouse, main office, a farm.
This is a warehouse, a farm.
Instead of trenching fiber, they use a point-to-point radio link.
Yeah, that's
3.
a farm.
Construction site temporary internet. Very common in Japan. 4. Temporary site offices, events, festivals, disaster recovery zones. They mount it, align it to a base station, and get fast deployment internet. 4. Private company network. Factories, logistics centers, or ports may use it to connect buildings across property, run CCTV networks, link IoT sensors. 5. Backup internet link. Businesses sometimes install this as failover if fiber goes down, disaster resilience, important in Japan. If you're seeing it near a residential roof in a smaller town, most likely it's fixed wireless broadband for that building or a small local ISP relay.
That's what it is.
If you want, describe the area, dense city versus rural versus coastal, and I'll narrow it further.
That's exactly what it is.
When new model releases are able to accomplish great feats, and we're starting to measure their capabilities in terms of how many person years or person decades they're sort of collapsing, hyper deflating down to, at the moment, $20,000 of API calls. And soon I think it's going to be hundreds and tens. We're seeing hyper deflation right before our eyes. The team at Anthropic announced that they were able to use Opus 4.6 in its new agent team mode. So this is a new native mode that enables Opus 4.6 agents to collaborate together in a swarm, and it enabled them to create from scratch a C compiler that worked across multiple processor architectures, written in the language Rust from scratch for only $20,000. That is a task that would historically have taken many person years, probably person decades, to do something like that from scratch and have it work. We're now in the era when new model releases are able to accomplish great feats, and we're starting to measure their capabilities in terms of how many person years or person decades they're sort of collapsing, hyper deflating down to, at the moment, $20,000 of API calls. And we're in a window of time, a very narrow window of time right now, where the very best technology at surviving post the self-improvement era. Right now, also, the Chinese open source models are pretty much right on par with the best of the best. They're slipping a little bit, but I think the window of opportunity to take advantage of that and build something out of it is right here, right now. I really doubt 2 years from now that the best AI is going to be just log in and go. Here, you can have free access to it. And what happened is you'll be deprived of it with the excuse being security and safety. Interesting. Which is true. I mean, it's pretty hard to deny. But you have a window of opportunity right now to be on the very cutting edge. If you don't take advantage of it now and get somewhere with the team at Anthro.
Less video games and more Sky Zone.
I wanted to ask you, what defines Helix 2?
Oops.
Because you're probably incrementally improving the neural net every day.
We had a couple big steps. One is we basically have an integrated, fully learned, what we call System 0, which is our controller.
Okay.
So basically now we have literally no code written on that robot.
Has anyone else ever done that before?
There are reinforcement learned controllers out there. A lot of the karate stuff you see and things like that are that, but nobody's only integrated that in the whole body for learned manipulation and perception. With Helix 2, we basically have a full stack end-to-end with neural nets. We feel confident in scaling the pre-training data set into Helix 2. I'll even go as far as we've designed Helix 2 for the pre-training data set. And then we designed the robot for Helix 2. So we've designed everything around data. How do we get data at scale? If you're in the neural net game, it's a data play.
So it's experience. It's just gathered experience in the field in all kinds of circumstances.
Well, yeah, you teach somebody how to scuba dive or how to play piano, and they have that knowledge, they live, then they die, then you have to teach somebody else. This is completely accumulating.
The one thing that's important here is that once one robot learns how to do a task,
yes,
every robot in the fleet knows it. And the humans don't operate like this.
I wanted to ask you, what defines Helix 2?
I also think, if I may, Marx was wrong. Look at what's happening. The story that unfolds here is we have the capitalists who are being first in line to be replaced by the automation. It's not the workers. We see booming jobs.
It's so bullshit. Not the workers. We see booming jobs. No, Alexander.
For electricians and HVAC engineers, their salaries are booming, and yet CEOs are first up to be replaced. So if anything, I would sort of take Marx off the shelf and replace it with Moravec's paradox, which is, again, this paradox that tasks that are hard for humans and easy for humans are...
I have a new game I play with my kids when I'm driving with them, which is how many Waymos do we spot? And yesterday, going to dinner, we saw 8 Waymos driving around. I mean, a few back to back, and that's not even San Francisco where they're stacked up. I think the one thing that's going to unlock robotaxis is going to be your resident AI model, your Jarvis. It knows your schedule, knows that you're walking towards. When do we start seeing robots building robots?
We will put robots on our Baku lines this year. Basically, phasing humans out of there will be a combination of getting more robots there and doing more high volume automation. We're spinning up Baku production enormously right now for Figure 3.
So you said something like a robot every 30 minutes, you expect?
We're building thousands of robots right now, and then we want to go to tens of thousands and then hundreds of thousands.
Right there, that's a fucking some sort of hawk. Dude, this flew up here. It's flying around. It's looking around. It's hunting. It's hunting the bank, right? It's just kind of flying around. It's kind of so cool. It's literally, it's skimming really close. It's looking down for a snake or for something moving in the grasses, hunting this riverbank. So great.
John Dudley here, and spring has sprung. I am getting ready for...
A large number of departures from XAI, from the founding team.
It wasn't clear to me whether they were fired or whether they left, because they all leave on good terms.
I don't know the answer to that question. I will say that it's...
Recursive self-improvement, RSI, is the real trigger for the singularity, and it happened a while ago. We're exiting the industrial age permanently as we're talking.
We're obviously going into a new world. With the Industrial Revolution, I think it's scary at times to think about.
I think we have 150,000 people per day dying on Earth, and I think AI is probably the best chance we have at stopping that.
Whoever is building the AI has a lot of control about how society is going to work. So I do think there's real danger along these lines of attempting to posit.
When are we going to have discovery by an AI of something as significant as relativity on its own?
I don't think it's the next 12 months. I think it's
now.
A large number of departures from X on the heels of Codex 5.3. We see a statement by Sam Altman, pretty provocative. Quote, "We basically have built AGI, or very close to it, in a spiritual statement, not a literal one. To achieve it, we require a lot of medium-sized breakthroughs. I don't think we need a big one." This is the CEO of a leading AI lab saying basically AGI is an engineering problem now, not a...
No, the reason why he's saying it is because OpenAI is in a lot of trouble. And they need to raise a lot of capital. They're hemorrhaging a lot of money. And there's a lot of competition. So OpenAI is not in a good position.
Research problem. That's a big deal, right? He's saying we're going to get there with iterative improvement. We're not waiting for lightning in a bottle. There is a reason for this AGI conversation right here, right now by Sam Altman. He needs to raise $100 billion. He's got money coming at him from Amazon, from NVIDIA, from everybody. But
NVIDIA turned around and is backing out of the deal. You know, NVIDIA originally said something like, NVIDIA investing in OpenAI $100 billion.
Introducing the DP World Global Trade Observatory, a source for cutting-edge research, insights, and real-time signals on trade conditions. Learn more at dpworld.com/Global Trade Observatory.
Jensen, step back for me. I mean, a few days, you're all over the place, literally. I mean, you're in the UK. I saw the white bow tie and all that. The talks.
You look very nice.
Yeah, here he is, very nice. But you're also doing a lot of investments. The Intel investment announced last week, quite a bit smaller than this one, but seems significant also because it's weaving NVIDIA technology in the PC and data center level in a way that perhaps it wasn't before. Where do these kinds of investments fit in? How do you think about the value of the ecosystem to NVIDIA?
The Intel partnership is about recognizing that accelerated computing and AI's day has arrived. Remember, general purpose computing was invented practically 60 years ago. And for the last 60 years, we've been following that basic blueprint, that basic architecture, to build the ecosystem, the computing ecosystem of the world. And so all of a sudden, accelerated computing's time has come, and we're fusing, if you will, the Intel architecture with the NVIDIA architecture to bring them into the world of accelerated computing and AI. So that's what that partnership's about. This partnership, I mean, this is, monumental in size. There's never been an engineering project, a technical project of this complexity, this scale, ever. And it really just says that AI was in the early adopter phase in the labs, and finally it's.
I'm gonna get onto my other channel and make some shorts, Ed. I'm gonna be on Found Ups, okay?